Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be going over about the semi-long-term ownership of the Surron X, and I'm going to discuss 5 reasons why I really enjoy owning this Surron X. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Reason number 1. I really love the speed the Surron X gives you, and I'm not just talking about the speed that you see here on the speedometer. I'm talking about how convenient it has made my life in the past month or so. So, without much deliberation or discussion, I don't have a car at the moment, and I have been due to serve myself around the city for several tasks, whatever it may be, whether it's going to the gym, going to the grocery store, or just simply going to a friend's house. It always requires us to drive. Where I live, it's pretty difficult to get around on your feet. We have no public transport, and you really need to have a car. But the Surron X has made it very possible to live like I do have a car, but it's given me even more speed, and I'll explain why. First off, this bike has such versatility. I can literally ride it wherever I want. Although some people may complain about riding on sidewalks, riding on, other side of the road, whatever it is, I personally decide to ride wherever is safest. I don't care if it will break a law or not. I'm just going to put my safety first, and if I get a ticket, so be it. I take this bike sometimes on sidewalks, sometimes in the grass, and sometimes on the road, and that has saved me so much time. It's incredible how much time you can save by being able to switch over from different types of terrain to get to your destination. And most importantly, the bike has no startup sequence. It's fully electric. The bike's super easy to maintain, and I don't spend time doing that. Just once in a while, I'll come back here and I'll check my bolts. Thanks to a subscriber in the last video who was able to catch that this bolt was missing. Thankfully, we got it replaced. Might have saved my life. But anyways, I come around, I check the bolt, I check the tire pressure about once a week, and I also come and check the chain. Right now it's looking pretty dirty. I think it's due for cleaning. And generally that's all I need to do for the bike. So it gives me a lot of speed, gives me a lot of time savings, and I really like it for that. So as you guys can see here, this is the convenience I'm talking about with the Surron X. I can ride it anywhere, like a little shopping center around my neighborhood, and really it acts like a vehicle. But the nice thing about it is, because of its small, versatile size, you can really get around traffic as long as you do it carefully. And this bike allows you to do it nice and quietly without drawing too much attention, which is my favorite part of it. And it's honestly been super convenient getting from place to place, because it saves me a lot of time, given that I can switch between different types of terrain, and I have the ability to choose really where I want to go and how I want to do it, rather than a car, which you have to take parking spots, stoplights, stop signs, and so on. But overall, this bike has been super convenient and very easy to take wherever I need to take it. Reason number 2. So I really like the design on the Surron X, and I'm not just talking about it visually, but the quality of this bike, honestly, for the price it's posted at, is really unbelievable. If you see here, it's got some really quality brakes. The headlights even high quality. This bike doesn't fail to deliver on its quality in the looks and in its performance. We can see here I'm riding it real hard, and right away I go back to a smooth transition with no problem. Honestly, the build on this bike is absolutely impressive, and so far I'm blown away with how well it performs. The shocks are just so beefy, like these are straight up like motorcycle shocks. And honestly, the bike itself has the greatest quality for being something that's Chinese made. It's really blowing me away. And I really like the way that everything has functioned so far. I haven't had an issue with anything yet, knock on wood, that we don't see anything soon. But they really did think of everything with this, especially when it comes to the shocks. Being able to adjust that, it's a big thing for a lot of people. Having the sport mode that you can change out to, your speedometer with different readings on it, and even the horn. That has saved me several times riding in a city that's all cars, and it's been fantastic. But Again, the quality on this bike just blows me away. Even with this little display, yeah, it's nothing special, but it's a really nice touch that makes it feel premium. Same with the little LED lit USB port, like beautiful. I can charge my camera whenever I'm riding because of that. And they just really did a good job with this bike. And I think at the price point we're sitting at close to $4,500, depending where you are on taxes and all, it's super fair for what you're getting. But another thing I wanted to touch base on is the things that weren't so quality on this bike that I've already addressed or I'm planning to. So first off, if you noticed, the pegs look a little bit different than last time. And that's because I changed them out. These are from Amazon. If you can see, they've got like higher spikes and they're much wider. So it can fit the bottom of your shoe really well. And it allows you to really have a nice grip. Totally changes up the riding experience. I recommend it to anybody. Pegs should honestly be one of the first things you do. Then another thing that I have started to take notice to are the tires. These tires, they're just basic bicycle tires in my opinion. They're nothing special. And sometimes they get a little bit sketchy. I really think I should change those out. That's something that I'm putting off and I might regret doing that, but definitely the tires is one thing that's not so much of quality, but it can be modified to be a little bit better. And then the seat. The seat, it's weirdly uncomfortable, but it only happens after some time. When you first sit on it, it's pretty good. Not the cushion, but the form and the shape of the seat is what's uncomfortable for me. And I don't know why, I just feel it so much in my back when I'm riding this bike. So that's another thing I'm trying to change out, maybe in the future. Reason number 3, I wanted to talk about the looks. The sheer looks of this bike are absolutely incredible. The minimalist all black look with a touch of neon colors, especially with the top of the shocks here, and also the forks in the front. And if you guys have noticed or not, they have a couple bolts here on the brakes that are a neonish green color. It just looks incredible on the bike and it makes it super stealth. It doesn't draw much attention at all. When I'm riding around, nobody really looks at me weirdly. Nobody thinks, oh my god, that's a dirt bike, because it blends in really well. And the aesthetic of this bike is just done fantastic. So bravo to Surron for designing this. I'm really, really happy with the way it looks. Only thing I might change on it is maybe the wheels. Would have been nice if they were all black like the rest of the bike, but looks really good so far. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the performance from this bike. It's absolutely fantastic, and that will be the 4th thing that makes me like the bike so much. I'm not going to forget my fingers. There you go. So the performance of this bike is honestly pretty good. So far today I have put, let's see, about 11 miles on it, I believe, if that'll focus. Yes, 11.1 miles. It's drained down the battery 15%. You guys can see that's 85. Sorry if it's not focusing, but that's with sport mode absolutely everywhere, gunning it. I weigh about 230 pounds and it does not do a bad job at all. And I mean, this thing performs. Like a lot of electric bikes, they'll have low-end torque. The thing I really like about the Surron is it continues the power, it continues the torque. Kind of like a few cars out there, like for example, the Huracan is one car that does that really well. It doesn't have a cutting power band, and that's what really makes the riding experience enjoyable. Another way that you could change that a bit is by changing out this sprocket. They make smaller sprockets, bigger sprockets. Bigger sprockets are going to give you more torque, smaller, less torque, higher top speed. And when you have more torque on this bike, you're going to be able to feel what's more of kind of straight line performance. But regardless of the speed, I'd like to talk about the suspension system too. Like when I'm going up and down different terrains, as you see in this video, it does a stellar job of holding my weight and holding the weight of the bike. It performs really well, especially with this nice back shock. The frame is able to take a really good observance of the terrain it's on. And the front shocks, they're called Fast Ace. I know a lot of people who buy these bikes are concerned about the shocks they get. I don't know if I got the good shocks or not, but these ones, oh, I can't say enough about how great they are. Although they did almost kill me because I was missing a bolt in the front, they've been pretty good other than that. And as far as it goes for performance when it comes to battery, I have rode this thing around for, I would say, 2-3 hours around my city and really generously giving it throttle, and I haven't had issues of the battery dying or anything like that. In fact, the battery does a really good job at keeping itself in a stable position that you know how you can predict where you're going to go, if that made sense. I don't know, maybe it didn't, but the battery does a pretty good job of predicting where you're going to be able to go with the range and all. So that's another thing that I had to cover in this video. Definitely the performance is one of the best parts about the Surron. The fifth and final reason about why I like this Surron so much is versatility. This bike creates such a versatile atmosphere for your commuter, for your traveler, whatever it is. I love how easily you can just take it anywhere, and in the same sense, you can park it wherever you want. As many know, roads are made for cars, and cars need parking spots, garages, bunch of stuff. This one, easy. You just take it to a bike rack with a nice and beefy bike lock, you lock it up, you forget about it, and you come back. And that's what makes it so versatile and so nice. I really also like how I can go undetected with this bike. Although here we do have the chain-driven system, it is dead quiet, silent. And I mean, it's kind of dangerous when I'm riding and people don't hear me coming. That's why we've got a horn, but only from a distance. We gotta respect people. But other than that, the versatility of the bike is awesome because it can act like a dirt bike, it can act like a beach cruiser, and it can act like a vehicle. I straight up use this thing for fun and for use. When it's for the grocery, for the gym, for the store, whatever, or whenever I'm bored and I feel like I want to have some fun, I'll take this thing out. And also, another part of versatility I wanted to mention is parts availability. Like, I am surprised how many different parts exist for this bike, especially when I started ordering these pegs. I kind of dove deep into it to figure out what kind of parts are out there. And I found out you can change up the wheels, you can change up the sprocket, you can even go as far as changing the battery and getting that thing up to 72 volts, getting super fast on the street. I personally wouldn't, I don't trust myself, but so many parts out there for this bike, including the suspension, different rotors, and different headlights. There's a lot you can do to this bike, and some people on the communities online have spent tens of thousands into their bike, including the price of the bike, and I can see why. It's pretty addicting, but so far I'm really satisfied with this thing as it is, outside of the box. Maybe in the next video you'll see some new mods. I'm thinking about possibly upgrading the grips and possibly doing the seat. Now the seat's a little bit difficult to get to, that's why I've been hesitant. It's not too badly priced, but I just don't have the time to sit there and take it apart. Otherwise, bike's been fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it was informative. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. These ideas just kind of come out of my head. I don't really have a script or anything. If you guys want to see anything specific, please let me know. I'd be happy to upload it. Thank you all for your support. And again, if anybody finds something falling apart on my bike, please let me know. You guys saved my life last time. Take care. See you guys next time.